And hello, welcome to this video. So let's quickly go to Salome and let's just recap what we did. I'm going to import the link gitwork directory. Then I'm going to just copy and paste. And this is the nice thing, of course. We can do a test face name, and this is what we did. So you can see it's very fast now once we have that printing thing. It really makes it a lot more convenient. And of course, the next thing, of course, is to start meshing the thing. And what we did last video was to sort of just tidy up. Okay, there's a little bit of funny code here because Salome is running in the background, and then all you need to do to refresh this Vim page is just to scroll up and down. The thing will refresh very nicely. So we see that the mesh shape NetGen 1D, 2D, 3D, it just does this now. It does the same thing as this, except it uses the attributes within the class rather than, you have to manually put in all these inputs, which can get very tedious and looks very ugly in the long run. So again, the reason why I'm doing all of this is to ensure that when I run my tests, for example, get test face name, I won't have to keep doing all this, keep putting inputs in here. Okay, I won't have to keep putting inputs in here. Eventually, I want it such that I just have empty brackets over here. All right. So let's go. I'm going to leave the legacy code there, of course, so that you know what's going on. And of course, if you put the functions in explicit form, it's easier to trace, but overall it looks very, very messy. Yeah, why do I say it's easier to trace? Because you have more data to work with. Okay, you have more pieces of data to work with. Yeah, so you can find out what's going on with these functions. Okay, so let's try building the next test now, and I'm going to try using the more object-oriented way of programming. So these three lines should be the same. Okay, I'm going to put this here, and then the pass I will delete. So we'll build cylinder 2 first. Okay, so we'll build cylinder 2. So let's see whether build cylinder 2. Yeah, build cylinder 2 here. Does it build a self.cylinder2? Yeah, it does. So I'm going to use this fact, and then I'll just do a get cylinder2 function. Let me see if I already have that. Yeah, I do have a get cylinder2 function, so I will not keep putting, let me see. Where's the test? I will not use this anymore. I will not give the output. I will use the get cylinder2 method to return cylinder2. So this looks a lot more compact and neat. So, and you can kind of guess what's actually going on. So I'm going to use the get cylinder2 object. So let's try doing this code again without without doing all this stuff. Okay, which means I don't return as many things to the environment. So okay, get top and bottom point is this thing over here. We will use it later. Okay, okay, so this thing is to return a group of faces. So we can see that this thing is the face group. Okay, the face group. So let's see the build group from shape. And this just to remind you, these are get functions. So build group from shape. I'm going to see this. Okay, so shape by default is cylinder 2. So we will have a self.face group. Okay, so let's since we have a self.face group, let's have also a function to return or get self.face group. So okay, def get face group return self.face group. Okay, so this should make it such that if I want to use this face group attribute, I should be able to do it in a very neat manner. Okay, neatness is a lot, so let's do this. Okay, shape will be cylinder2 by default. Okay, so let's see build group from shape. Okay, so if shape equals to cylinder2, okay, if shape equals to cylinder2, this face group will be self.geompy blah 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 create group. Okay, self.build cylinder2. Okay, I won't like to use this build cylinder2. I will rather just do a get cylinder2. Okay, so just for this one, I'm going to use the get cylinder2 so that I don't do the building twice. Face group, build group from shape. Okay, so I'm going to, instead of build cylinder2, I'm going to put the get cylinder2 here. I have not done the same thing for cylinder1, so I'm going to leave it be. Okay, so yeah, self.get cylinder2. Okay, build group from shape. Okay, so cylinder2 is the shape that is done by default. Okay, that's our default shape, so I'll not be touching this. Okay, and let's see the build face list from shape. We also do face list from shape. Okay, I will also do the same thing. Instead of building cylinder2, I will do a get cylinder2 here. And I will have a face list as well. So I think I want to get a get face list function. Def get face list self return self.face list. Okay, so this thing can only happen after we build the face list. So okay, so we have the build group from shape, and then we'll have the cylinder object dot build face list from shape. Okay, so that's it. So for face in face list, we can print face and print the distance. So let's see. Yeah, actually we don't need this. This thing is just sort of there to help us diagnose what's going on. So if we take a look at get min distance, okay, yeah, this one was just to you know, the get minimum distance when we do it in test. When we do it, wait, where am I going? Okay, keep going. Yeah, test. Okay, yeah, when we did this get minimum distance, this was just to test whether this get minimum distance function works. Does it? I mean, you want to test whether this get minimum distance function works. And so that will actually print out these outputs, which we don't really need anymore. Okay, what's important is that we have this bottom inlet face, top inlet face, and curved wall face, blah blah blah. So build bottom inlet face. So you see that over here we have face list and we have a shape. Okay, so let's see. So we have a face list. So we need to give it the face list and the shape, and this one will just help us to add the face in. So we have our if loops here already, all done. All we need to do is to have this face list and shape. So we might we want to sort of get some defaults, face list and default shape. So so let's see. I'm going to okay, I'm going to do something called a wrapper, if I'm not wrong. let's see. So I guess I don't know whether it's correctly called a wrapper. I think it's a wrapper. Okay, and basically a wrapper is a function to call other functions. So yeah, this function requires a face list and a shape by default. Okay, so I'm going to have some wrapper functions here which call on these functions, so I don't have to modify these functions at all. So let me define build cylinder to inlet bottom inlet face. So this one, it kind of constricts it to itself. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, build cylinder to bottom inlet face. So it's specifically for cylinder 2 only. Okay, so let's do shape equals to self.get cylinder 2, and then face list equals to self.get face list. And then after that, what happens? We can just call this function self.build bottom inlet face. Face list equals to face list, shape equals to shape. Okay, so the thing is that when we call this function now, build cylinder to bottom inlet face, we are sort of specifically targeting cylinder 2, and we're sort of getting this face list from there. Okay, so yeah, that's what we are doing. So let's see. What else can we do? Or maybe, yeah, let me check. Yeah, I'll have to build the face list from shape and then execute this. So it kind of has to go in that kind of sequence. So but this thing is here to help us, simplify our functions by not having to put all these inputs in. So this is what a wrapper so-called is. A wrapper is a function that calls other functions usually. So so it makes life easier for us. And in fact, this test face meshing thing is also a wrapper. So let's see. So build bottom cylinder to bottom inlet face. Okay, so so let's put, now we add in the faces. Okay, and then the second part here is now we build groups and face lists. Okay, so this one is a build cylinder to bottom inlet face. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing for the rest of them as well. So there's the top outlet face. So I'm going to paste it here. Build cylinder to top outlet face. Top outlet face. So all I need to do is to change this top outlet. Okay, so that's all. Build cylinder to top outlet face, and you're still using the same shape and face list, and then you'll build this top outlet face, and then you'll do everything here. Then you'll do this curved wall as well. Okay, so this will tidy things up a lot. So build cylinder to curved wall face. Curved wall. Curved wall. Okay, so I'm going to do this curved wall face here. Okay, cylinder object dot build cylinder to curved wall face, and one more. So instead of cylinder to curved wall face, it will be top outlet. Okay, you'll see that these functions should actually do almost exactly the same thing, except that now we don't have what do you call that? Yeah, now that we don't have any what am I saying here? Yeah, now we won't print out all of these anymore. So other than that, it should be exactly the same. So you can see cylinder 2 is now built with all the faces. I just used the test face meshing. So this is what we are doing. So you can see it's very, very fast. It does its job well. And look at the code, it's very, very neat. A good pleasure to read. Okay. Now let's build in some meshing functions as well. So as before, we will use our mesh initiation. Okay, we'll build our mesh initiation. So we'll just have this mesh1 init. Okay, mesh1 init and mesh1 algo netgen 1D 2D 3D. Okay, so actually here by default the shape's already cylinder 2. So yeah, I guess yeah. Okay, maybe I will do a wrapper as well just to make things very clear. Build a cylinder 2 mesh. Okay, just to make it very clear, because mesh 1 can be anything, but I want to make this one specific to cylinder 2. Okay, so let's see. So we'll have shape equals to self.getCylinder2. Okay, so this will be the shape. The mesh name, let's see what the mesh name is. Mesh name equals to cylinder2 then. Mesh name, let's see. Okay, let's put I'll put a get function here. This is, I don't know whether this is a bit too much, but def get cylinder2 mesh name, return cylinder2. Okay, this is really wonky, but okay. I like to organize it into get and set functions. Mesh name equals to self.getCylinder2 mesh name. Okay, so mesh, well, we don't have a return for this. Mesh1 init, shape equals to shape, mesh name equals to mesh name, and then after that what happens? We'll have a self.mesh1 being created. Okay, we'll have self mesh1 being created. Should I do a wrapper here? Hold on. Okay, never mind. I think that was overkill. Right? I'll just undo all of that. Yeah. So let me save again. We'll just use the mesh1 init as is. It may be a little bit messy, but if it works, it works. I'm not going to do anything. So let's do mesh1 init. Okay, let's do mesh1 init. And before computing, we will also need to do some other things as well. Okay. Now for meshing, cylinder object dot mesh1 init. Okay, and what's the next thing? Mesh1 init. Okay. Shape equals to cylinder2, so you don't have to do anything. Next thing will be mesh1 algo netgen 1D 2D 3D. Then computing is the last step. So all of this will be under the name mesh1. Cylinder object dot mesh1 netgen algo 1 then add that 1D 2D 3D. So mesh add faces, we will make some functions here. Then mesh computing, cylinder object dot mesh1 compute. Okay, mesh1 compute. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Okay, so we'll have to do the face addition now, and for that we'll go to our next thing here. We will have our outlet, wall, and inlet. So we'll need a few inputs over here. We'll need the outlet object and the outlet name. So let's do some get functions for them. So we'll see the build cylinder to bottom face, bottom inlet face. So okay, let's see whether we can get a inlet over here. So inlet is over here, and inlet name is this. So I'm going to do some more get and set functions for the inlet and the inlet name. Okay, so let's do this. So let's do the get and set functions. So let's so def, okay, set inlet self, and then we have to put an inlet here, inlet self dot inlet equals inlet, and then def get inlet self return self dot inlet. So be lots of get and set, right? Set inlet name self inlet name, okay, inlet name self dot inlet name equals inlet name, def get inlet name return self dot inlet name. Okay, so I'm gonna do for the outlet and the wall as well. So I'm gonna yank this, I'm gonna paste it here. You can see that this get and set functions are a little bit messy now, but it should pay off, I hope. So this is the outlet. So this is how the outlet is set. Outlet. Okay, then we'll have outlet name. Then we'll have self outlet name, outlet name, outlet name, outlet, outlet. Okay, then the last one, last but not least, we'll have get set for the oh boy, yeah, set wall. Okay, so wall, let me undo. Never mind, I should have used change word. Self.wall equals wall, get wall. Okay, wall name. Okay, so you can name the wall anything you want. Okay. Okay. So last one will be, excuse me there, wall name. Okay, so hopefully things will be good. We should be able to set wall names and get wall names as and how we wish. So where are we going to do it? I'm going to do it here. In the build bottom inlet face, because that's where we started our thing, right? So this is a bottom build bottom inlet face. So this is where we get our inlet. So I'm going to change it a little bit. Okay, so self.set inlet, and then I'm going to put inlet here. Okay, yeah. So everything else I won't change. Now I'll just put here self.set inlet name, and I'll call it bottom inlet. Okay, and then I will just put it here. This is self.get inlet name, and then I'll put this here as the return, and this inlet will be inlet will be here, self.get inlet, and I'll put this here, self.getInlet. Okay, so I'm going to do and repeat this for all of them so that all my inlets are set, inlet names are set. So outlet is here. I'm going to do a set outlet, self.setOutlet to be this outlet, and I'll put here self.getOutlet. Okay, and self.setOutlet name top outlet. And why am I doing this? I want to make sure that these attributes are going to be usable outside the function. So self.getOutlet name, and I'm going to have it here self.getOutlet. Okay, and last but not least, I'm going to do the wall. Okay, so I'm going to set the wall, use the set function for the wall, self.setWall to be wall. Okay, so this one I'll have self.getWall. Okay, self.getWall, self.setWall name. Okay, curved wall. And then last but not least, I'll put this here, self.set get wall name. Okay, so before we continue, we'll want to ensure that this works before we add new functions in. So I'm going to delete all of this, and I'm going to load the test again. Okay, so it's complaining that outlet is not defined. In line 6447, build top outlet face. Let's go to build top outlet face. Okay. So this is the build top outlet face. So set outlet, name outlet not defined. Okay, let's take a look at our set outlet functions. Set outlet. Okay, set outlet function seems to be okay. Oh, OLED. That's the thing when you type by accident. Outlet. OLED. Okay, let's try again. We fix this syntax error, and things are built nicely. I'm going to delete again, and then we're going to start again. Delete. I'm going to yes. Get test object and test face meshing, and then you can see the algorithms are there already. And let's see whether now the meshing, I don't think it will work. Okay, so this one I want to delete. This one let's compute. Okay, and then yeah, you will have this cylinder too, but no faces are there. As you can see, there are no faces there, so we'll have to continue that in the next video. I guess stay tuned. I'll see you next time. This is a very long process, but bear with me. But yeah, it does make things a lot neater, and now we are able to, yeah, when we go to the next one, when we do this outlet 1 building and everything, we should be able to do this computation. Yeah, we should be able to do this computation thingy. So this part is actually just adding all the outlets there, and then we can use the get methods for this and this, get methods for this and this, get methods for this and this. Okay, so that's all. I guess I'll see you next time. Pardon that it's taking really long to get all this up and going, but yeah, it is what it is. So I'll see you. Bye bye.